Hi, I'm Emily Lebo, and I'm running for re-election to the Quincy School Committee. I want to thank Quincy Access Television for giving all the candidates this opportunity to reach you at home. But more importantly, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen. I want you to know it's been an honor and a privilege to represent you on the Quincy School Committee for 10 years. I'll begin by telling you I'm personally invested in our city and our schools. My husband Stu and I have been homeowners in Quincy for 46 years. All three of our sons, together with their wives, are also Quincy homeowners, and 6 of my 7 grandchildren are currently enrolled in our schools at all 3 levels. The 7th one is still too young for school. Besides being personally invested in my service on the school committee, you may already know that I have worked as a Quincy teacher for many years, a school administrator, and was a member of the superintendent's leadership team. I'm currently a fully licensed educator, school administrator, and a registered nurse. Even with all my experience, I want you to know that I recognize that the past 2 years have been the most challenging for children, parents, school administrators, teachers, and school committee members. I saw this firsthand in my own family. The COVID pandemic caused so much upheaval and confusion in people's lives. With all that we've been through and with all the many difficult decisions still facing the city, I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about some of the things that were accomplished and why I have the experience and the tools to continue to do this job and to do it well. Recently on the school committee, I led the task force on updating our homework policy. This group was made up of parents and teachers, and we got feedback from students. And the changes the task force came up with support students and teachers at all 3 levels. I also worked with our high school's curriculum collaboration project, working with students, teachers, and administrators to fund, select, and include contemporary authors from diverse cultures into each grade level's English language arts curriculum. In addition to addressing curriculum needs, I believe the need to provide our children the opportunity to grow socially and emotionally, so I worked to bring health education back to our high schools. As part of this initiative, I worked with Dove, so all our middle and high school students will learn about healthy relationships and abuse prevention strategies. This will be starting next school year. And to support our students learning about healthy relationships, our staff is being trained in restorative justice techniques. I believe these programs are important in helping our children learn to live peacefully in our world. As I said before, we faced many challenges during the pandemic, but we also learned so much about what we could accomplish, especially with technology. It was amazing. I'm sure you know we were able to put a Chromebook into the hands of any student who needed one, and we were so proud of how well that went. However, there was one glitch. In late spring of 2020, I realized that our teachers were using their own devices to deliver these lessons. I was really bothered by that, so I worked with the mayor to make sure all teachers were offered district-issued laptops for this past school year. I can't begin to tell you how proud I was of our educators and support staff who willingly and quickly switched their teaching delivery methods. They were outstanding. In all my years in the committee, I've never faced as many educational challenges as we did during the pandemic. As a school committee member, I made decisions based on the concerns I heard from parents, teachers, students, and public health officials. It wasn't easy, and I was so grateful for the collaboration of my fellow school committee members. In Quincy, we're very lucky that additional pandemic relief money is coming, $16 million. We must plan carefully with that money because it's not sustainable and will not become part of our permanent budget. But we can address learning loss and help to fix that during the next 2 years. With that in mind, I promise you that I am and will be an independent voice, always doing my best to know the issues, the opportunities, and the needs of our district, and to ensure all Quincy taxpayers that our schools maintain our great reputation for providing diverse opportunities in a place where every child can find support, passion, and success. I am the only candidate who has been a nurse, a classroom teacher, a school leader, and a main office administrator, all for the Quincy Public Schools. I know the Quincy Public Schools. I know the Quincy Public Schools very well. I know I can help, and with your vote, I can continue to do this work. Please vote for me, and ask your family and friends to vote for me too. Thank you. Again, I'm Emily Lebo, candidate for re-election to the Quincy School Committee. Be sure to vote.